What's going on, guys? Anthony back with Metal Miners. Got some stuff I want to show y'all today. Some tapes and some CDs, some suggestions, some stuff I think you're really gonna like. You got a few minutes? Stick around, and we'll go through this stuff. Check it out. In the background, check that out. Krisiun, Apocalyptic Revelation. My buddy Artie Flores sent me this, and man, these three brothers here know how to do it, man. 1998, this was their second full length, I believe. Super cool stuff. I believe this to be a original release on Gun Records, Dynamo Gun. You see there on the back. I looked it up, but it's hard to tell, so many versions of it. I know Hell's Headbangers has got some new reissues on vinyl if you're wanting one. They're a long-running band, been doing it for 30 years, three brothers doing it right. You know Krisiun there. Awesome stuff. Without further ado, let's jump right in. I got quite a bit of stuff I want to show you, some things that you may want to check out. Some underground stuff as usual. Death metal, no big surprise there. The first one, picked this up from Eric over at Rotted Life. It's actually out on Rotted Life. This is VHS with Lenzi, 2022 release. Check that out. Art by Gruesome Graphics. It actually, there's two tracks on here, and the art actually, you flip the J card inside your cassette case and have the art for each one. Comes with this red shell here on the cassette case itself. There's track number 1, and there's track number 2. Gruesome Graphics, like I said, Neb did this art. Metal Archives has got these guys down as death metal, thrash, and grindcore. These guys are out of Canada, a 3-piece. You get 2 tracks on here, 19 minutes and 23 seconds of music. These guys had their first demo in 2015, and since then they've had 6 full lengths, believe it or not. Very busy, and if I counted right on Metal Archives, they've had 9 EPs, not to mention splits. What's this all about? Well, if the opening track, the beginning of Primitive, you get a sound bite that lets you know about what you're fixing to get into. It's just great stuff. Did the songs need to be this long? Probably not, but they're enjoyable, they're fun. It's not their usual cup of tea to run songs that long, I don't think, but it works on this one. Good stuff. Mixed by Dan Swano. Dedicated to Umbro Lenzi, hence the Lenzi there, who was an Italian film director, horror dude, you know, crazy stuff. A lot of fun though. Here's one that needs no introduction. Eric has redone this one and give it the tape workover. There you go. Anatomia, Decaying in Obscurity. 2012 originally on NWN. This is a 2022 reissue on Life After Death. Of course, these guys are legends. Death Doom out of Japan. Just fabulous stuff. 2-piece. You get 13 tracks on this because it's got a bunch of bonus stuff. It's got 2 live tracks. Even got a Blue Oyster Cult cover of Godzilla, or a cover of Blue Oyster Cult's Godzilla. Super stuff. This was their second full length. These boys have been at it since 2002. Absolutely killer stuff. If you haven't got you a copy of this, Eric is running a sale all week, I think. I think it's still going on. He's always got a sale though, man. Go check him out. Here's some stuff that's underground stuff. Speaking of Japan, I got their first well, I don't know if it was first release. I showed y'all one of my first purchases from the band not long ago, and this is Gravavgrav, however you say it. This is a 2021 release on this purple shell with no marking at all. I don't know if you can read that, my thing. Dead heavy, dead board, death metal. Obliteration Records put this one out. I picked it up over at Life After Death. There's the fold out J card there. This is their Live After Asakusa, just white on the back, release, a live album. These guys have been at it since 2021. Very busy with demos and live albums. This is recorded at the Wild Side, November the 3rd, 2021. Thick, if you're not familiar with these guys, it's thick, fuzzy, bass heavy stuff. Just a fun listen, good stuff. Guys are having a good time. I think you'll enjoy it. And while I was there, they had a couple of their demos. This is demo number 3, 2022. Not a lot to see in here. Let's see if I can get it without it falling out. It's pretty cool. Eric had these. These are on Obliteration as well. And then this one, if I'm not mistaken, is it come with this thing here, I guess, where you can put it if you want it on the spine. This is demo number 2. You can see there. Super fun stuff. If you haven't heard of these guys, I don't know if Eric still got some of these. You can pick them up fairly inexpensive. Not a whole lot of length of music on here, not a whole lot of runtime, but nothing serious on here, but just guys having fun. Thought you might like that. Alright, here's something I'm really excited about. Finally picked these guys up. I think Eric's got some t-shirts. Just cool stuff. Let's check them out. This is Dark Druid. Can you see that? 2021 they released this digitally. There's the lineup there. This is a 2022 Life After Death cassette version. No nod to the art on here. They're classified as Death Doom. I find it more straight up death metal. Come on, this red shell out of Louisville, Kentucky. A 3-piece, and you'll notice here Miss Chloe Hale is playing drums, and she don't cut them no slack, brother. Female drummer indeed, and she does a great job on here. These guys have been at it since 2021, had a demo in 2021, and this is their EP to follow that. Raw, muddy. It's got some short tracks on here, not very long run time at all. You get 6 tracks on here, total in 13 minutes, a little over 13 minutes of music. A lot of potential here. These boys are from 2 guys and a gal from Louisville, Kentucky, doing it right. A lot of potential. It'd be interesting to see what they do in the future. Get you a copy of that if you haven't. Here's a split I picked up over at Rotted Life. It actually come out on Caligari, 2022 release. This is Spasticus, and I'm not sure how to say it. I think it's Boia, B-O-I-A. The name of the release is Spasticating Execution. A split naturally. No nod to the artist on here. Death metal. Both bands are out of Italy. There's the cassette. Each band gets a side. 3 tracks per band. Both bands are 4-piece. Total runtime on the split is a little over 20, about 21 and a half minutes long. Death metal, both of them. If you're not familiar, I showed a Spasticus release earlier in the year. They've been at it since 19. They had a demo in 20 and an EP last year. We talked about that on here. And then Boia, or Boia, or however you say it. They've been at it since 2013, but they only put out an EP in 2017 other than this split. Musically, the Spasticus side of it's got some D-beat drumming, traditional heavy metal hints in there, great vocals, sound like the guys are having a good time. The Boia side is a little bit heavier. It's got a commanding vocal style, mostly mid-pace, speeds up a little bit. I would love to hear some more from these Boia guys here. Picked this one up at Rotted Life, but like I say, it was limited to 300 copies, and they're out on Caligari, so I'm sure there's some copies still over at Caligari for you to grab one. The next one, man, this thing is screaming. I'm talking about screaming for a vinyl issue. I've got the first album on vinyl, and I hope that this one comes out on vinyl as well. And I'm talking about Sadistic Drive. Perpetual Torture is the name of this one. Check that out. Out on Head Split. 2022 release. Like I said, this cassette's a Head Split release. Check out that crazy art. Let me pull it out where you can see it. Let me whoop that thing out. Day and Weller did that art. Death metal out of Finland. Finnish death metal here, 5-piece. Y'all remember me showing you the earlier full length. Remember it was green and white, and this one's purple and white. Very similar art style there. 5-piece, 9 tracks, 32 and some odd seconds of music on here. These guys have been at it since 2018, and this is their second full length. This is the epitome of Finnish death metal right here. The only thing this thing needs is the vinyl treatment. I'm telling you, you need to go check you some of this out. I don't know if I showed you all that, but do yourself a favor. Sadistic Drive, man. If you like that old school style, just, I mean, this is it, man. This is cool stuff. Sadistic Drive. Get you a copy of that. Morbid Messiah, Disgorged in the Coffin. This is an EP limited to 150 copies. Came out on Chaos Records. Picked this one up over at Rotted Life. Comes on this like yellowish green transparent deal here. Let's pull this J card out. Carl Dahmer did that art. Death metal out of Mexico. You get 4-piece. You get 6 tracks on here. Almost 22 minutes of music. Active since 2015. Had an EP in 16. Look at that crazy stuff there. A quote from Richard Ramirez of all folks. Full length in 18, then this. For fans of old school death metal done with that Mexican style, intense with some muddy production that's perfect for the music. They keep loyal to their roots, true to their roots. Morbid Messiah. Check them out if you haven't. Picked this one up at Rotted Life, but like I say, it was limited to 150 copies out on Chaos Records. Don't know if there's any more left. Got a couple pickups from Corpse Gristle. Had an order in the other day. And man, I'm telling you, this stuff, if you don't check anything else out that I've shown on this video, you need to check these 2 bands out. The first one is Pissrot. The name of the release is Piss.Vile.Gunk. 2022 release on Incest. Of course, you know that's Corpse Gristle's deal there. Check this out. Martyrdom Illustrations did that sick art. Death metal out of Tennessee. I don't know if you can see the guys there. It's a 3-piece. You get 5 tracks on here. 13 minutes of music. These guys have been at it since 2021, and this is their first release. And I'm telling you, they have hit the ground running, man. This stuff here is sick. Their Spotify quote on their Spotify page says, cavernous caveman death metal from East Tennessee, and that's exactly what it is. You need to get you a copy of this. Go over to Corpse Gristle right now and get you one. Just super stuff. These guys here are going to be something to be, a force to be dealt with right there. Pissrot. I don't know how they come up with that name, but pretty cool, I think, don't you? And the other one that are right across the state from them is Ritual Fog, Visions of Blasphemy. Check out this cassette. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty dark there, that green. The other side is just plain black. No wind in these cassettes. I think that's pretty cool. This logo and the border around it is by Form Terror Growth. Death metal out of Tennessee. Again, a 3-piece. You get 3 tracks on this one. 1 second over 8 minutes of music. And you'll see this is on that Incest label as well. Picked it up over at Corpse Gristle. These guys have been active since 2021 as well, and this is their first release. Spectacular. Look at that green thing there. I wonder if it glows in the dark. I don't know. We're not going to find out this morning. Spectacular mid-pace death metal with the vocal style that reminds me of Writhing Shadows. You know, the way he does his vocals. Just super stuff right here from Tennessee. I think these guys know each other. I seen one of them mention the other one's name on one of their write-ups. Great stuff. And the last 2 CDs that I wanted to show you, I got in the mail. Ordered these from Philip himself off of Bandcamp or through him directly. I can't remember. You know I'm a Necrotum fan. I got their new one, Undead Symbiosis, I think is how you say it. There's the back cover there. You see there it's out on Morbid Chapel Records. Brand new, hot off the press 2022 release. Check out that art. Jan P. Whitney. Death metal out of Romania. Of course, this is a 3-piece. There's the strapping young lads right there. 40 minutes and 34 seconds of music. Been at it since 2019. Excuse me. And this is their second full length following Condemned to Burn that come out in 2020. Recorded by Philip right there in the middle, and mixed and mastered by our good friend Uriel. Man, this is killer stuff. If you haven't heard it, Necrotum, you need to get in on that. It's killer stuff. I don't know what's in the water over there at Romania, but I wish they would send me a quart of it where I could get me some. It is good stuff. And while I was there, I picked up their split with Uriel's band Reveler. Necrotum and Reveler, both are 3-piece. You get 3 tracks from each. This is a 2022 release, again on Morbid Chapel with / Rotten Coon. There's both bands right there. I believe, I could be wrong, of course this is Uriel and his wife here, and in the middle is the drummer, and he usually does the drums in Mexico. He doesn't live in Romania. I don't think, I stand to be corrected, but I believe that's the way that shakes out. Cool stuff. Both bands are just super. You know, I'm a Uriel fan, I'm a Philip fan. Of course, I tell you all the time, when we were first starting out, Cody and I, Uriel seemed that we were in need of a decent logo because the one I tried to do just wasn't getting it, and he made our logo for us. So we appreciate that. Always give a good shout out to Uriel for that. I appreciate you guys, man. I hope you take some of these suggestions and go check them out. It's Friday here, man. It's actually about 5:30 in the morning. I got up early to do this video, listening to the 3 brothers from Brazil in the background. Y'all have a great weekend. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching.